consciousness.
Love.
Fictional.
Master teacher.
God of the universe.
Non-existent.
Guideline.
Peace.
Beautiful trees, beautiful rain.
Absolute good.
Symbol of hate.
Lord. Comfort and hope.
The anointed one.
The Son of God.
Christ is not a person. Christ is not the person Jesus of Nazareth.
He's a lot like James T. Kirk in that he's a very fascinating character who's developed something of a following and is fictional.
To me, Christ is the perfect example of love.
Most of my life, I've always kind of wanted to be a part of something that was bigger than myself and believe in something that was bigger than me. But unfortunately, modern-day dogma and modern-day religion seems to recite a lot of hate where there was supposed to be love.
I believe that there are many people on the planet who have aspired to that Christ consciousness and have come very, very close to it. Gandhi and Mother Teresa, the Buddha, who, in my estimation, absolutely attained the Christ consciousness.
I think this earth was lucky to have him because not only was he a metaphysical teacher, but he taught love with that kind of power, which is like, we all know is the best thing.
Christ is not so great that he can't use us, his people, to love one another, even though we're so imperfect.
Jesus isn't a guy who turned 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish into enough food for 5,000 people. I can't even get a box of mac and cheese to last for my family of 4. That is mythology. And it's important to separate the mythology from the message.
He also says that people can sin and go to hell, and I don't believe that. But what I do believe is that Christ led a movement for people to understand who they are inside and who they can achieve. So Christ is a goal. Christ is the person I want to be, because he understood who we can be and what we can achieve with a little bit of faith.
Growing up in the Greek Orthodox religion, the idea of Christ was doctrine.
Regardless of any particular religion or spiritual path or no religion, I feel Jesus had a lot of powerful lessons to share with us that humanity can greatly benefit from.
It was in my lowest moment, all alone in a darkened room, that I realized that Christ was right here with me, and that I was holding his redemption in my hands, and that all along I had been trying to sort of one-up God by being really, really good all the time. And he wasn't asking me to earn a place with him. He was asking me to place my hurts in his hands and just let him hold it.
His love comes without condition.
He is my strength, and he is my Lord, and he is my Christ.
Jesus is a person who is love and who loves people and who doesn't just love some people, but he loves all people, and he loves them in a way that restores them and fixes all the ruined places in them.
You might remember something called the Crusades and the Spanish Inquisition. Millions died. Millions and millions and millions. And since then, since you stopped killing everybody who didn't believe in your religion, you've just alienated them, litigated them, and incited them to hiding from you. And the Christ that may or may not have walked the earth would be ashamed of what you've made of his image and his words.
Here's a lake in Wisconsin, and I think Jesus, the man, would have loved Wisconsin. So we do fish and rye bread on Good Friday, and we have water to walk on.
For me, Christ is what brings me comfort and hope, and I have realized that I am worthy, I am valuable, but by my boldness of sharing those really vulnerable places, sexual abuse and loss of important people in my life, I have found Christ within myself and been able to share that light and healing with others.
The grace that is beyond my understanding. He has led me through so many different trials and tribulations and brought me to a place of strength that I never knew I had.
Christ is fake. The other religions founded by men 2,000 years ago when they thought the moon gave off their own light are fake. They are mythology. They're great stories, but they are mythology.
He continues to love us over and over and over again with no end, and that's the beauty about Christ. There's nothing that we can do to make him love us more or make him love us less.
His love will never change.
Listening to the teachings of different historical and religious leaders, I now have more questions than I have answers. I'm still constantly exploring new ideas and figuring out what that definition means to me.
That he's so tangible, but he's still Christ all at the same time.
But really, Christ, if he existed at all, was a dude with a good message.
The Christ is not a person. The Christ is an idea. It is the consciousness of bringing forth from within oneself the ideal, bringing forth spirit from within, allowing that which is the highest and the greatest to come forth so that there can be good done in the world. The Christ is that which is the highest and the best, being manifest in form.